So you've recently beaten a game you spent tens, if not hundreds of hours on. You feel joy, relief, and possibly some degree of exhaustion. You want to play something else, but you're not necessarily ready to commit to another adventure. That, my friend, is where the wind down game comes in. As a result of spending this year solely focused on clearing games in my backlog, I've developed an even greater appreciation for the wind down game. Now, you might be asking, what's a wind down game? Well, it could be different things for different people. For me, a wind down game is a low effort experience I can easily pump on and play without having to get invested in a narrative, a competitive meta, or deal with a punishing difficulty a la a Souls game. Now, low effort doesn't necessarily mean low challenge. I still want to be stimulated and feel like I'm putting some work in without having to lock the fuck in. You know what I mean? It's why, outside of Animal Crossing, cozy games can never really hook me for a prolonged period of time. No shade if that's your jam, I just lose interest fairly quickly. My go-to wind-down game as of late has been Balatro because it's that perfect blend of challenging but relatively undemanding. It's a game where I'm fine if I just play a run or two, but can easily keep it going if I'm really trying to chase a dub. And you know, it's probably a good thing I don't actually gamble. I also got to shout out Luminez Arise, which is basically Tetris Effect 2. Fun fact, Tetris Effect is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm a big Tetsuya Mizuguchi stan, and while Luminez Arise doesn't quite reach those same heights, it's still a great game to pomp on, zone out, and clear some blocks. It's honestly the most slept on PlayStation exclusive this generation. If you like rhythm games, puzzle games, and like them combined together, you can't go wrong with Luminez Arise. But my ultimate wind down game has been like Civ 5 and 6 for just about well over a decade. The caveat is that it's a game I use to reward myself after accomplishing something big, either wrapping a filmmaking project, knocking out a big feature piece at my various writing gigs, or something of that nature. After wrapping the edit on each season of Saudade, which you can watch on this very channel, I would grab a six-pack, order a pizza, and spend a Saturday just locked in on Civ. If you play Civ, you know that it's the epitome of a just one more turn type of game. It's the reason I save Civ as my wind down game for big things is because ain't no way I'm spending less than 4 hours on a session if I'm booting it up. Dead ass, the first time I ever played Civ while I was in college, I started at 10 a.m. and didn't stop until it was 8 p.m. It was at that point I deleted the game from my computer because I knew I wasn't going to get any kind of studying done with that temptation lingering. Civ is a perfect wind down game for me because it's somehow both complex yet breezy. I'm the kind of freak bitch who finds resource management and menu navigation comforting. It's partially why I enjoy the respective dynasty and career modes in the college football and F1 games, while my performance on the field and the track is, debatable. I love navigating the menus, drafting folks, getting research done on my car. Like, that's where I'm just like, yeah, this feels good to my brain. And honestly, I think wind down games are incredibly needed for everyone. I'm no neuroscientist. I'm not gonna, be out here spouting pseudoscience like I know anything, but I feel like a good wind down game is just so much better for my mental health than mindlessly scrolling on my phone. There's still some form of active participation where I'm relaxing, but not shutting my brain off and giving myself to an algorithm that's designed to either infuriate me or, thankfully, show me the dumbest things possible. I work 2 jobs and also do this, so I've increasingly relied on wind down gaming to keep me on rhythm when it comes to making these videos, because believe it or not, I'm not always excited to come home from like a very long shoot day and then be like, yeah, I'm gonna take on this mammoth JRPG. Getting older inevitably means that your relationship with gaming is going to change. I simply have more responsibilities and actionable goals than I did in my youth. Wind down games help keep me engaged with one of my favorite hobbies and make me more inclined to get through the big beefy bastards in my backlog. And honestly, I didn't think going through my backlog journey was going to spur me interrogating my current relationship with gaming, but I'm not mad that it did, because I'm realizing yes, it's changed, but my love for gaming hasn't. I just kind of have to, adapt the way I approach my hobby. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I feel like gaming discourse is largely focused on the big AAA spectacle ass games that we don't give enough respect to the little games that could, that, may not be your game of the year, but they're just your go-tos when you don't feel like doing anything else. Do you enjoy a good wind down game? What are some of your go-tos? Let me know below. But with that, I've been Joe, this has been Taste, and I'll see you in the next one.